How often do you take pain medicine to address your pain, but it only gives you temporary relief? Being in pain every single day can be mentally, physically, emotionally taxing. Trust me, I know, especially after having 3 ankle surgeries back to back to back. Today I'm going to teach you 10 effective pain management tips and techniques for lasting relief. My name is Dr. Akanni. I am a licensed physical therapist and a wellness coach that has helped thousands of busy women lose weight, reduce pain, regain back control of their lives, and ultimately fall in love with their bodies. The things I'm going to show you today are going to be the key to reducing your pain and feeling amazing. If you have knee pain, be sure to stick to the end because I'm going to give you a live example of some exercises you can do to address your knee pain. You ready? Let's dive in. All right, first up, we need to understand what is the underlying cause for our pain. Is it an acute trauma or a chronic thing that we're dealing with? If it is an acute trauma, this is like, I just had surgery, I just sprained my ankle, you got into a car accident and you have low back pain. Things that happened in an acute moment that are causing your pain. Acute trauma typically takes around 4 to 6 weeks to heal. So if you're dealing with some type of acute trauma, that can be the explanation for your pain. If I'm dealing with acute trauma, I want to make sure that I am addressing healing. You have to give your body time to heal before you go deep into different exercises and techniques to relieve your pain. In those earlier stages, especially after acute trauma, you want to protect the body and give it an adequate environment for healing. This is where RICE comes in, right? Making sure, let's say I sprain my ankle, making sure I'm icing, I'm elevating, I'm taking pain medication as needed, I'm dealing with swelling, I'm taking anti-inflammatory medications and anti-inflammatory foods in my diet. So if it's an acute trauma where some type of injury happened, you stubbed your toe or whatever, those first 4 to 6 weeks on the high end, sometimes depending on the injury, first 2 to 4 weeks. But in the beginning, you really want to focus on giving your body the adequate time to heal, creating an adequate environment for healing. In that time frame, this is where we work on things like range of motion. For example, let's say I sprain my ankle. I'm going to make sure I'm working on ankle pumps, things where I'm moving my ankle towards me and away, where I'm moving my ankle in and out, working on that pain-free range of motion so I can restore my movement until it's time for me to do more advanced techniques. Now, let's say you're dealing with a chronic pain. This is pain that just lingers. It's been past 3 to 4 months and on. And this pain, despite what you do, it just continues to linger. This is where now we need to disrupt the pain cycle. Inflammation isn't what we're necessarily dealing with. There is no acute injury. Now we need to disrupt the pain cycle. We need to change how, if it's a collagen issue, we need to change how collagen strips are deposited. We need to start making some deep changes to our structural integrity when it comes to dealing with chronic pain. Sometimes chronic pain can be an emotional experience. For example, using myself, I had 3 ankle surgeries. Although I've restored my range of motion, my body was scared to go into certain positions because of pain. Some of that due to muscle guarding, some of that due to fear avoidance. So I was in pain even though I had the ability to move better. So when it comes to chronic pain, there's a couple different layers that you have to look at. But no, with chronic pain, you can be a little more aggressive because your body has already healed. Now we need to train your body to be comfortable again with the movement. All right, so getting back to pain-free movement. This is where, for the rest of this conversation, we're going to focus on chronic pain, okay? Remember, acute pain is pain that from injuries that happen acutely, car accidents, you sprained your ankle, you twisted your knee from doing something, someone hit you, some type of acute injury, you fell. For the rest of this conversation, we're focused on chronic pain. That's that lingering, non-stop pain, that low back pain that doesn't cease, that knee pain that doesn't cease. We're going to touch on how to address that. Before I get into some of those details, we got to say it plainly. Sometimes, and doctors are afraid to say this, sometimes our pain can come from being overweight. So in order for us to put ourselves in an adequate position, yes, let's address pain so that we can start to do the exercises to lose weight. But no, without doing exercises, quality nutrition, putting ourselves in a calorie deficit will allow us to begin to start dropping body weight. Think about it. If you were used to, let's say you were a 170-pound person, pain-free. You put on 30, 40 pounds, and now you're having aches and pains. There's more stress on your body. Every step, your body is working harder than it used to. When you're, let's say you run and you jump and you're still trying to be super active, with each impact, you're placing more stress on your joints and your body. So of course there's some sort of pain. So sometimes reducing our body weight can help with that pain management. Ladies, if you are struggling to reach your weight loss goals, struggling to get rid of stubborn body fat, and absolutely confused on the best workouts to do and the best foods to eat to reach your weight loss goals, then Wellness 365 is just the solution for you. My newest app, Wellness 365, is great for those ladies who need quick and effective workouts that target their stubborn areas, but is easy on the knees. It's great for those ladies who need easy to make but delicious weight loss recipes without breaking the budget. And also great for those ladies who struggle with consistency and need ongoing support and motivation from myself and like-minded individuals so that they can reach their weight loss goals consistently month after month. If you know you need these things, Wellness 365 is the app for you. I guarantee that you will lose at least 5 to 10 pounds every single month. Be sure to check out the description for the details on my newest app, and please be one of the first 500 women to get access to early bonuses, cash prizes, and discounts. Okay? I'll see you in the app. Peace. All right, so let's touch on what to actually address. Regardless of where the pain is, you want to make sure you're addressing the muscles in the front of your body, the muscles in the back of your body, and then above and below the area of injury. For example, knee pain. I want to make sure I'm addressing above the knee, so that'll be working on my quads and my hips. Make sure I'm addressing below the knee, my shins and my ankles. And then if we're looking at both front and back of the muscle, again, if I'm addressing the front of my knees, I'll work on my quads again. And if I'm going to the back, that's where you start working on your hamstring and your glutes, making sure essentially you're addressing the muscles around that injury site. This is how we improve flexibility, improve strength, build stability around that pain area so that we can start to feel better. So for this example, we're going to deal with knee pain. Now, people always want to know, should I focus on mobility or focus on strength? You might as well do both. Sometimes it is a mobility issue. Let's say I have low back pain. If I sit all day long, my hip flexors tend to be tight because I'm in this crunched position like this, right? So if I have some low back pain, it could be due to a mobility issue. I have tight hip flexors. I'm not able to adequately move my hip around its joint. Or it could be a strength issue where your hip flexors are weak and you don't have the adequate stabilizers when it comes around your hips. So working on some hip strengthening exercises, some marching, doing some things like bridging where there's counter pressure here while we're lying on the ground. So you have options, right? Going back to our knee pain example. So let's say I have knee pain. First thing I'm gonna do, let's work on some mobility. One exercise when it comes to mobility that we can do, a simple knee to chest. Knee to chest, this is gonna help us work on that knee flexion. So if you're having trouble bending your knees, doing a knee to chest will help you do that. A more advanced movement could be doing a stretch like this, but I understand jumping right into that is hard for most people. So a knee to chest. You don't have to do this on a bench. I just don't feel like getting on the floor right now. But you can do a knee to chest where you're lying on your back and simply bringing this knee to your chest as much as you can. Starting off, you can hold here behind your legs, bring that to your chest, let your knee, your shin kind of fall where it needs to. We're working on knee flexion. Now, if we want to work on the back, working on our mobility to our hamstrings, sometimes it could be due to we have tight hamstrings that are causing our ability to fully straighten the knee or just giving us some type of irritation. Sitting how I'm sitting now, a simple stretch, putting your feet here, leg out, belly button towards the ground, lean, and you should feel a nice stretch all throughout the back of your legs. Ideally, you want to hold for 30 seconds or longer just so that you can make changes to the tissue. But if you're short on time, it's fine. Do 2 sets of 20 seconds, but ideally 30 seconds or longer is best. And then you'll reset, do the other side. So those are 2 exercises that you can do when it comes to your mobility. Now, this exercise is a little more advanced. This is working on our ability to accept some weight into our legs as we're going. This can technically be a strength, but I look at this more as mobility, our ability to accept weight and come back. Oftentimes, I know we all struggle with lunges or going up and down the stairs. So this is one that can prepare your body to start accepting some weight and returning. I call this a step and load. So this is where you step, accept a little weight, and come back. Step, accept a little weight, and come back. You really want to make sure you're shifting your weight forward. Step, accept that weight, shift that weight forward, and come back. As you get more advanced, now we can step, get a little more knee forward position, step, get a little deeper into the movement, and this is how we build to a lunge. So again, step, and good. Cool. Now let's get into the strength. For the strength exercises, you have some videos that's going to pop up on the screen. First strength exercise that we can do is a feet elevated bridge. This is going to be great to work the muscles in the back of your legs, so working on your hamstrings. This is different than your traditional bridge where you're just laying on the ground. Traditional bridge, that one is more targeted for the glutes. By elevating your feet, now we're more focused on a hamstring bridge. We're more focused on working on the muscles in the back of your thighs. That's the first one when we come to strength. Next up, step ups. Step ups is a great exercise to progress that step and load, because now we're adding some vertical displacement to it. So doing a step up, you can start where you're just stepping up to a small aerobic step and building as you go. Your steps can get higher, they can, and that will change over time. Or you can add some weight. As you get better at your step ups, you can add some weight to it, and that will allow you to begin to progress your movement. It's easier going up than it is going down, which takes me into the next exercise, which I'll actually show you. We have tap down. So this is where we're slowly starting on a low aerobic step, slowly tapping down and back up. Just a small tap down, back up. Nothing crazy, just a small tap down and back up. This is going to be a great exercise to work on that eccentric control of the knee and back down. So this is where going down the stairs can be painful, because you're having to control your body as you descend versus going up, right? So again, slow tap and back up. The last exercise that I think would be really great for you are wall sits. Wall sits are going to pop up in the video. For wall sits, this is great because you get to determine how low you go. I know in the video I'm showing the lowest point, but if you want to start your wall sits a little higher, that's perfectly fine. Pick a position that feels comfortable but challenging, and you want to aim for 20 to 30 seconds. This is great for getting some load through the knee and getting your muscles to fire without changing the positions of your joint. So wall sits, great activity. Be sure to add it into your routine. Okay, before we wrap up, here's some factors to consider when it comes to addressing your pain. I just dropped a video the other week touching on sleep. If you haven't checked that video out, be sure there's an info card popping up. Be sure to go check that video out so that we can improve your sleep habits. Getting adequate sleep will help with recovery and your pain management. Next thing, nutrition. Making sure we're getting adequate anti-inflammatory foods. There's a list of foods popping up on the screen. Go ahead, pause the video, screenshot this or write it down. These are all the foods that I think will be great to implement into your diet to help improve your pain, reduce inflammation, overall have you feeling like your best self. The last most important thing is hydration. Making sure you're getting adequate water intake. Want to aim for at least half your body weight in ounces of water, or 4 to 6 glasses of water a day. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I can't stress the importance of that. Well, ladies, that is all. If you found this beneficial and you would like for me to do more videos around pain management, if you got a specific body part you want me to address, be sure to let me know in the comments. Let me know how you like the video, any your compliments, comments, criticisms, I'm all open for it. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. As always, it's been a pleasure. Until next time, peace.